So I have some new followers on YouTube, and I just wanted to say hi and introduce myself. I'm Kay. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and this is my son. Just building a fire. I'm gonna cook some. I think we're gonna do that pineapple upside down cake today. That's something I've made in my kitchen, but I've never made it over the fire before. So I'll see how that goes. You can see that we are living in town. This is just in our backyard. That frame you see back there is what my husband uses to soften deer and elk hides, and so he likes to tan his own hides now and then. So yeah, we might live in town, but we still like our country hobbies. So, yeah, that's a little about me. I mostly just come out in my backyard and cook stuff over the fire because I enjoy it and want to get better at it. I've only done a few things, consistently, so I'd like to try a few new things and see if I can improve my skills. So I've had my Dutch oven sitting near the fire and warming up for a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and put a stick of butter in the bottom and let that melt while I get my coal situated and get ready to put the rest of the cake ingredients in there. So this is a pretty simple recipe that I will put in the description, but it's just some butter and brown sugar, some maraschino cherries, and pineapple slices, and then a yellow cake mix. So the stick of butter is melted, and now I'm just I'm going to go ahead and put in the pineapple slices. I just put in however many covered the bottom. I didn't even count them. I didn't quite use a full can of pineapple slices. I had a couple left over. And then I take the maraschino cherries and just drop one in the center of each pineapple slice. And then I put a few extra around the edge because I know my husband likes the cherries. And if you have I think you could use a bigger Dutch oven than this if you would like, and there might be a little bit more space between the rings. You could put some more in various quarters, but just however many you like. So then I took some brown sugar and just gave a good sprinkling over all of it. I think the recipe called for a cup of brown sugar, and I didn't put quite that much in. I put about a 3/4 cup in, which still seemed like plenty to me. But that depends on how sweet you like your stuff, I guess. But the brown sugar and the butter melt together to make a great little sauce on the bottom. So then I went ahead and mixed up a yellow cake mix according to the directions on the package. You can use the pineapple juice from the pineapple rings in place of the water in the cake mix, and that gives it really good flavor. And just put it on top, spread it around, and you're ready to bake. So the wind was blowing the smoke and the heat and the ashes right in my face, and it was making me tear up, so I couldn't see what I was doing. I had to take a little break. But that's the fun of a fire, evading the smoke and trying to work with it anyways. So you can see I have quite a few coals on top, especially on the one side. I had them piled too high. And that's one of the things I'm trying to perfect or to figure out, is how many coals I need to get the heat I need. I know it's a little bit easier with the charcoal bricks, but I kind of like working with wood fire, so I'm trying to get get those skills figured out. So it did get too hot on top, as you can see. It got a little burnt, a little crispy, the top and the bottom actually. That sugar and butter syrup on the bottom burns really quickly, all that high sugar content. So I did have too much heat on it, but now I know. So next time I won't put so many in. It was done beautifully, and I thought it would take longer, like 20 or 30 minutes, and it was done in like barely 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. So then I was struggling with this plate and trying to figure out how to turn a Dutch oven over, and I'd never done this before. Turn it upside down, so I had to figure out. Finally I just kind of propped the plate on top. It wasn't flat against the rim, but it worked. I got it flipped over and set on my little stand there. So you can see the bottom got a little bit overcooked. It got pretty caramelized in there, but it still tasted really good. I really like the chewy, the way it got caramelized and chewy around the edges. And my pineapple slices got a little bit out of place, as you can see when I was flipping it over, but it all worked. And the nice thing about cooking over the fire is people don't expect your food to be perfect, and that's kind of the part of the fun. So I think next time I will use less coals both on the bottom and the top of the Dutch oven, and I would also rotate the lid as well as the Dutch oven. I did rotate the Dutch oven partway through, but I need to rotate the lid as well so that it doesn't get hot in one spot like it did this time. But overall I was really happy. The cake itself was just perfectly cooked and delicious.